I'm tired. Trying to find a hair tie real quick, guys. Wait for some people to join the stream. We're almost over 1 minute in the stream. Let's see if we can turn the brightness up. It's probably only going to be a short stream, guys. I need to get back to sleep. Very tired. Imagine applying for work every single day for 3 months straight and not getting a job because the system hates me. Do you know how tiring that is, bro? You know how hard it is to survive, to be me? Like, you know what it took to actually barely survive and barely eat and get finessed by the system and deal with people that speak on my name and snitch about shit I never did? Yeah, that's the world we live in. We live in a world where there's no employment, there's snitches, and you can't trust nobody. Can't have no friends. Can't live a normal lifestyle. Like I said, I've been applying for jobs for so much time. You know? But I guess I can live off welfare, right? Because no one wants to give me work anyways. People make up false accusations, false allegations, false claims. They're fake. They don't believe in you. They don't want to just keep it real. You know? They don't want to stick to codes. They don't want to stick to rules. They don't want to follow the law. They don't want to be a good citizen. All they want to do is just care for themselves, you know, at the end of the day. Because if they care for other people, they'd give me a job and stop playing with my name, you know? But for some reason, the system will not give me a job, bro. It's almost like they have like something to the point where no matter how many times I've tried or do try to get a job, it's almost like it's never going to happen, bro. I mean, I've applied for hundreds of jobs and no one will hire me. And I have a clean record. You know? Because if my name was funny, there'd be paperwork showing it, and I know there isn't, because my name is not on no funny shit and never has been. You know, I know how to take things to the chin if I did something wrong, but I know I didn't do nothing wrong, you know? I know it's just the system wanting to see me fail every single day, over and over and over, you know? To me, that's not really fair. That's not fair to me at all, man. Most people would do things to incriminate themselves if they can't get a job. Most people would. But that's not me, because you know what? I got a brain, bro. I got a brain right here. Like I said, most people don't got that, bro. They're so used to just, they're so, take it to the chin. You don't know what that means? That means if you do something wrong, you're not going to snitch on somebody else or yourself. That means you're going to take the charge and deal with it. But that's the thing. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything illegal. I'm just saying, the real world we live in, you can't have friends because you can't trust nobody. They're going to make up shit. Like I said, false claims, false accusations, say things that aren't true, you know? Try to do anything they can to get themselves out of it, to get you in trouble, you know? You call that being a gangster? It sure isn't. I've never been in a gang. I've never been a gangster my entire life. But there's one thing I always did, is I stuck to the codes. I stuck to the rules, because my name holds weight, bro. That's the difference. Oh, Jake, are you upset, sir? Are you upset that you're just not me, right? I know a lot of people are. That's why I can't get a 9-to-5 job. You know, that's why you have work today and I don't. You know. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. All right, all right. He's being cool, guys. He's being cool. All right, thank you, G. So yeah, guys, just protect yourselves, man, because like I said, no one's out to protect you, bro. You know? And the thing is, you can't, you can't change certain things, because some things are the way they are. And it's like, there's nothing I can do about it, bro. You look like you don't get fired, but they do not give you hours until you quit. Excuse me, guys. Got the burps. You look like you couldn't even work temp labor. Well, you're right, because no one's going to give me temp labor. I'm hired on to 11 temp services in California. You're right. I guess I can't do any temp labor, sir. Because if it was available, I would be doing it, bro. That's the thing. Like I said, it's really a shame. By the way, I did a Black and Mild review part 2. I smoked almost the entire thing because I don't do any type of drugs whatsoever, you know? I had to change my life around too, man, when it came to substance abuse, right? You guys ever heard of that before? Because most people would, right? I mean, imagine the system finessing you constantly, or trying to finesse you constantly, and there's no way out of it. Yes, I did. I quit doing drugs. And it's difficult because me quitting drugs is not going to help me get a job anyways. Because I can get a job no matter what, you know? But apparently I can't, because the system absolutely hates me, you know? For no reason. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't know if it's racism, or if I'm just like, I don't know, bro. I don't really know how to explain it to you guys at this point. You know, I don't really know the reason why. I don't know the reason why to anything. What was your first usage? Well, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know anything. Apparently, because if I knew anything, I'd be working a job right now, right? But the system plays me like I'm stupid. I don't know nothing. You need to get some therapy. Corn dog, not really, sir. I don't really think it has to come down to therapy, you know? Because all therapy does is brainwash you. I don't need someone in my ear, bro. I already have a good mindset, you know? I don't use anything. I don't use anyone, you know? The system doesn't even use me. The system won't even use me to be a worker, to be a slave, to use my time, my energy, my work ethics, you know, my positive vibes that I could bring to the table, um, my entrepreneur skills, my customer service skills, my labor skills, you know, because I went into at least 10 buildings yesterday to look for a job, even if I'm not going to get a job or 9 to 5 ever again. At least I showed that I can try to, you know, that's a skill right there, trying to, right? If you don't put any effort in, how do you receive greatness? How do you receive anything positive if you don't try? Obviously, you cannot get a job. That has nothing to do with my skill sets. That has to do with the system absolutely hating me for no reason. How many years were you using drugs? No years, sir. No years. I'm just saying that it was very difficult getting clean off substances, you know? It still is. Still is difficult. Trying to think of a subject we can talk about right now, guys. It's really just a shame, man. Like, let's not talk about substances on here, guys. Let's not talk about that. We're here to talk about how the system does not want to give me a job, bro. Imagine going to 11 temp services to try to get 4 hours of work, 1 hour of work. Okay? I can't pay my insurance bill this month because 11 temp services don't want to give me work. You know? I can't talk to my family anymore because some of them are disrespectful, crazy, and talk about things that aren't true, speak on my name about things that aren't true, and pretty much tell me to go do drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's not real family, you know? That's not what real family does. Real family actually asks, hey, how's your day going? You know, you're going to do better for yourself. You're going to be someone, you know, in the world, you know? They should only talk good things about you if you have a family, not put you down and tell you to go do more drugs. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with a terrible father and a terrible mother, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was never no good. And like I said, I'm not gonna say no names. I'm just saying parents in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had different parents growing up. cannot tell someone the answer who does not want to listen, or help someone who does not want to change. Who doesn't want to change? What do I need to change? That's a question. I feel like the system needs to change because I don't need to change. I'm the one trying to go to work. Okay, so what do I need to change? I want to hear what you guys have to say, bro. Because I quit doing drugs, okay? I quit having snake family members around me. I don't have any friends because friends turn into rat snitches and talk false things about you that aren't true and act like they know me when they've never met me before, right? And then what do you guys have to say about that? All you guys have to say is go to therapy and that I'm a fool, you know? But in reality, you guys don't even see where I'm coming from, bro. If you guys had, a good family growing up, then that's great for you because I was unfortunate to have that, bro. You know? No, you just live. I mean, I'm glad some of you guys can relate to me, to an extent. Nobody's perfect, man. We all have flaws, but that has nothing to do with my name, period. That's why I don't understand that why I am the target in the world when I've done nothing wrong, especially when it comes to getting a job, bro. To have to fight to get 1 hour of work or 4 hours of work, to go to random mechanic shops and be like, yeah, I know basic maintenance skills on vehicles, but you still don't have any work for me? Not even 1 hour? I mean, maybe I should make a movie about this. Every other person would be in prison right now, bro, trying to survive. Every other person, if they were me, would have done the worst things to survive, and I was the only one that didn't. Still haven't. Still don't plan to. Because you know what? That's what they want you to do. They want to trap you in. They want you to commit criminal acts when you can't get a job. They want to see you fail. They want to see you ruin your record. They want to see you make an action that you would not normally do. You know? That's the bad part about it. Is they're not doing these things for good reasons. They're doing these things for negative reasons. For no fucking reason. That's what I'm saying. Sorry for the F word. Excuse my language. You get the memo? No reason? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Let's read some of the comments. The only began standing up for yourself, but now you gotta put one foot in front of the other. I agree, bro. Corn Dog has a good point. I don't know where I'm from. I don't want to incriminate myself because people that say where they're from, it's like you're self-snitching on yourself. I'm from the bottom, bro. That's where I'm from. I'm from the struggle, being poor my entire life. Dealing with employers that want to play games. Oh, we're going to call you tomorrow. We're going to call you tomorrow for work. Next thing you know, it's a Saturday, bro. They're not even open today. You know how many temp services did that to me? Like, oh, we don't have work today. We'll put you on the available list, but we'll call you back tomorrow to see if we have anything, available. I was like, oh yeah, I've called about 40 to 50 times, maybe 100 times, I'm just checking in to see if you have any available work today. Oh, you're actually closed today. And by the time it's Friday, that's 5 days right there that I tried looking for work. The next day, Saturday, and they're literally closed, bro. Did drugs since 13. Heroin stopped at 26. Good job, Kink. That's good to hear, bro. Go to an employment office, make a resume, provide all the places and dealerships to be Taylor. That's not a bad idea, Corn Dog. You need to slow things down, release the world does not revolve around you. Thanks. I mean, I understand that. I'm trying to. I can't really slow things down, bro. I mean, I need a job, bro. All I've done was try. You know what I'm saying? Slowing things down is just gonna make things worse. I am clean. I don't have any drugs. You know, none. I don't do no drugs. You know how bad I want to smoke weed today, and I can't. I can't. You know. So yeah, I'll check out some unemployment offices here soon. And yeah, I live off state benefits. Or how would I ever be able to eat if I didn't? You know. Welfare. Yeah, I'm on welfare. I'm more poor than Section 8 itself. You know. Whatever the fuck Kelly has to offer. Yeah, I know, right? That's how I feel, like whatever the fuck they have to offer. That's exactly how I feel too. Which doesn't ever seem like much, right? What do they offer? Sorry guys, I'm just brainstorming at this point, you know? Yeah, I literally live inside my car. Anytime it could get impounded in a week or so. And then I have no place to sleep because I can't pay my insurance bill because no one wanted to give me a job just so I can pay my insurance bill. I would literally work for someone today just so I can pay my $66 insurance bill, bro. You feel me? That's what I would do just to be able to pay my bill. So I do things the way I should because I have registration. It's already updated. I paid $200 for that. I have brand new insurance as well. That's the thing. I couldn't pay it because I ran out of money. It always runs out, you know. And it's not from doing drugs. It's just from regular day-to life expenses. If you are under 24, you can go to job corps. Keep fighting. Thanks. I'm UK. That's a good point, bro. Keep fighting. Yeah, you know that's what you guys should do is keep fighting, bro. You know, in a good way. You know, towards success. I got into real estate and turned my life around. Yeah, real estate is a good opportunity. If I had money, I'd buy the licenses to get into that. Door knock for them. All right, I'll look into that. I can't tell you how old I am, sir, because then that would incriminate myself, and I don't self snitch on myself, bro. If I knew it wasn't, if I knew I wasn't on camera or you know, that's the thing. They have all this technology out here nowadays, and everything you say can be used against you. You know, that's what you guys gotta keep in mind, bro. Is don't let people like catch you lacking, bro, because that's what they want you to do. No one knows my real age. No one knows my real name. You know, that's why people think they do, but they don't. You know, that's where you got to catch on to things quick, bro. Because once they catch you lacking, they use everything against you, and they can't because you know I have nothing they can use against me because I ain't do nothing wrong, and I don't self-incriminate myself. I don't need a lawyer because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. You know, that's the difference. So people that constantly are in the need to run, hide, and need lawyers and constant doing something means they're the ones up to no good. But I don't feel like, you know, I have to follow any of those protocols when it comes to needing. All I need to do is protect myself and follow the law. Never be a gangster, never join a gang, never be around rats, never have friends because they turn into rats. I know it sounds tough, guys. I know it does, but yeah, we live in a tough world. Can't trust nobody. Don't know who's listening, don't know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? See, what is your name? No name. I don't have a name. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even have a name. I don't know my age. I don't have a job. See what I'm saying, guys? I move solid in this world. You'll never meet somebody like me. Because like I said, all they do is talk, talk, talk. I'm not even talking. All I'm doing is just entertaining you guys right now, trying to teach you guys some things when it comes to, being smart. Because everyone and anyone and everyone and everyone and anyone are out to get you in this world. That's why, we got to protect ourselves. I'm not out to get anyone. I'm saying that's just how the world is. Like, you just never know. Never know who's watching, never know who's investigating, never know who's listening, But this is technically my job as YouTube because no one wants to hire me. You know what I mean? I don't get paid though. I don't get paid any salary for this, So of course I'm going to be respectful. That's who I am. Of course I got a good heart, If I saw someone that actually needed my help and, I thought it was the right thing to do, of course I'd save them, But that's the thing. Not a lot of people got that heart, bro. They only care for themselves. The biggest gangster in jail right now snitched on his entire gang. You know what I'm saying? Or the biggest gangster is not even a gangster, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm saying never become one, Never. Because then if you do become something like that, now you're under someone else's names. Now you're under all of their shit. Now you're under the radar of everyone else. See what I'm saying? You don't want to be that. You definitely don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. And I won't be that. But yeah, guys, all I'm trying to say is don't answer nothing to nobody. That's all I'm trying to say. It isn't gonna do you any good. Because there's no such thing as being above the system, bro. There's no such thing. You're either behind in the world or you're ahead in the world. One of the two. There's no being above it all, man. The only way you're above it all is if you have no friends. Is if you have no proof to show of what they want you to show when there is nothing to show. See what I'm saying? I can tell you how to make money in real estate. It's simple. I mean, for now, I can't do real estate though, sir, because I need a stepping stone. In other words, I need to start somewhere in the world. The first step should be to make an hour of work, to have an hour of work, or even 3-4 hours of work, so I can pay my insurance bill. Because I'm a law-abiding citizen, I don't deserve this, bro. No, you don't need a license. I don't deserve to be in these predicaments. I don't deserve to be let down and put down when it comes to the system destroying me every single day. It's really not fair. It's not fair to me. Sometimes I think, who am I? Who is me? I don't know. I don't know who I am. Like I said, no one really needs to know who I am, bro. At the end of the day, I don't even know who I am. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't have a name because any information could be used against me for no reason at all. For nothing, for no reason. Oh, you did this, you did that. Who? What? What'd I do? Oh, we got a little fight going on over here. Hold on, where's that coming from? I hear it, but I don't see it. Okay, we're good, guys. So, the best thing when you see a fight is de-escalate it. You know, when you see something wrong in the streets, so no one else gets hurt, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's always best to de-escalate anything, bro. I'm trying to save somebody's life before I'm trying to do anything else. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of heart I got. The thing is that you should never join someone else's stuff, bro. And you shouldn't even be doing some of the things you're doing, you know? When it comes to living that life you live. You think living that life, you know, is going to get you places, it's going to get you wealthy, and you think your friends are actually your friends when they're not. You think joining that, you think joining something is going to get you protection? No. Those are the same dudes on the stand ratting on you, bro. You know, all you gangsters that are going against each other, fighting for territory, you know, it's the wrong thing to do, bro. You can't help where someone else is from. You basically just going against each other for no reason, bro. You know, why don't you just stop going against each other? Once you stop going against each other, you can actually focus on quality lifestyle and you know, all that beef you guys have with all those people. And I'm not saying who or what. I'm just saying, like, just quit that lifestyle, bro. I ain't never joined no lifestyle. I ain't never joined no gang. I ain't never joined no subset. I ain't never joined nobody in nothing, because I know what goes with that life. You get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Where are you gonna get? Where are you gonna go? See what I'm saying? You think they offer you protection? You think you're actually safe in that? No. You think it's really worth the beef? No. That's why I'm saying you guys should just quit all that shit. Focus on something better, bro. That's the realness of it. Focus on positive things. You know, stop telling on everybody. Stop speaking on things that aren't true. Start showing that, you know, your real human traits, that you can do better, bro. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like we're already at war with the world as it is, bro. The world's not easy. What I mean by that is we're at war to survive every day. We're at war to be better humans every day. We're at war to not be at war. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And there is no war, is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you know, if you're at war with each other or towards other things, you're not getting anywhere. All you're doing is being at war with yourself. That's what it comes down to. Once you stop constantly being at war, then heck, you start seeing a lot better days, right? Like I said, these are just facts, guys. If you put yourself in negative predicaments, you're gonna end up with negative results. If you join somebody else's shit, you're gonna be in somebody else's shit forever, or under somebody else's shit. I've never done that, never will do that, never have done that. You know, it's all about coming to peace, bro, with yourself and other people. That's what it's about. It's not about fighting. It's not about being a gangster. It's not about being the coolest. It's not about being the richest. It's about building an empire of your own that no one else can take from you. You know? That's what it's about. Making a positive impact in the world. Saving other lives. How are you going to save the day today? You see what I'm saying? How are you going to do that? Well, we got no one else in the chat, guys. We got no one else in the chat right now. Like I said, protect yourselves, man. Don't rely on others to do it for you. They're not going to protect you. All they're going to do is set you up for failure. See what I'm saying? That's all they're going to do. It won't be me. You know, it won't be me that sets you up for failure. It won't be me that does any harm, that does any negative. Because at the end of the day, I don't have anything on my record for a reason. It's because I know how to act. That's the difference. I know how to be an adult, even when I can't get a job. You see what I'm saying? Even when I can't do certain things I want to do for fun. You know? I still got respect for myself. I still protect myself. That's what it's about. So yeah, protect yourselves at all times, guys. Don't trust nobody. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody trick you into anything. Don't let nobody finesse you. And I'm only saying these things to help you guys out. That's what I'm trying to say. These are just positive points, aspects, and perspectives that most people don't think about. Because in the long run, people only think about themselves, bro. They don't think about other people. You know? Like I said, I'm not no one special, bro. I'm not nobody special. I just know how to be myself and not let nobody else take that from me. All right, guys, I'm going to end this live stream here. Hope all the employers have a good day at work today. Hello, HR. Have a great day at work today. You know, sometimes I want to be a slave. Sometimes I'm like, hey, let me get some work today. I want to be a slave too. You know, guys? It's not really fair to me sometimes. You know? It isn't fair, bro. It's no fair. It's not fair at all, man. If you got to eat today, if you got to do your laundry today, if you got to pay your insurance bill today, you're doing pretty damn good, bro. Pat yourself on the back, bro, or the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you gotta congratulate yourself, bro, because you did something today to maintain, to get by today. It's only day by day, one day at a time that we get by, bro. It's not like the struggle is not real. The struggle is real every single day. You see what I'm saying? But to have 11 jobs, being hired onto 11 jobs, 11 temp agencies, and I can't get an hour of work today, they don't care. Do I look at it as racism? I don't know, bro, at this point. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're just jealous of me, if they don't like me because they just don't want to like me, or they don't, you know? I don't. What do you want me to say, bro? The thing is, I do want to work. I do want to get out of this mess. I do want to bless people. I do want to help people. I do want to save lives. A lot of people don't want to do that. They want to go against each other, fighting for territory or, you know, fighting for themselves. But that's the thing. They always sell themselves out or sell someone else out by trying to protect themselves. That's not right. That's not the right thing to do. Sell yourself out, sell other people out. False claims, false allegations, fake news, fake people, fake friends. Those things aren't going to get you anywhere. All right, guys, I'm going to end this live stream here, I think. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes the system makes me nauseous, bro. Sometimes this system really does make me nauseous. But I'll get through it, bro. Only the strong survive, right? The reason why it makes me nauseous is because I'm the most hated. I'm the most unliked. I'm the least believed in. It's not about throwing a pity party. It's just the truth, bro. So, all I hear is, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's," you know? That's all I hear at the drive-thru. Surprised I'm not asking their customers for a job. But that's the thing. They're busy getting their food, you know? Good for you people. I'm glad you get to eat fast food today. You see what I'm saying? I'm glad you get to enjoy a halfway decent meal. You see what I'm saying? That you don't have to pay EBT for. That you can pay cash for because you have a job. You know? That you can go to every day. Right? We don't have anybody in here, though. Where are the anonymous viewers at? I'm anonymous. I remain anonymous at all times. I will not expose my age, my name, anything. Because I protect me at the end of the day. You guys aren't going to do that for me. I'm going to do that for me, though. You know, the things people have claimed that I've done, I never done. I never did that. You don't know me. You never met me. You never seen me before. That's why I'm alone all the time. Because I know me and only me, you know? No one knows me. One thing they can't take from me is me. That's the difference. Don't try to take me from me. It's never going to happen. I'm always going to be myself. I'm always going to protect myself, bro. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I got to say it 100 times just for people to realize, like, but it's to talk sense into others doing the same thing. Got to protect yourselves. Protect your name. See what I'm saying? No one's going to protect it for you but you. No one has your back but you. You got your own back. You see what I'm saying? If I see something happen, I'll have your guys' back. I'll be there for you, but there's only so much I can do. I can't provide cash. But, you know, if I see someone struggling in the streets, I'll do what I can to help them. You know, it may not be cash, but I might be able to save someone's life. You know? Might be able to save someone's day. A lot of people can't say they'll do that, though. You know? So. But I'm going to end this live stream here, guys. Thanks for the support. Like I said, we live in a shitty world, bro. You know, there's good people in this world, bro. But the things they make us do to survive, you know, such as working 9-to-5s, making us slaves. That's the thing. I would love to be a slave right now. I would love to work a job right now. You know? I'd love to have people actually believe in me and be like, you know what, this dude isn't, you know, just nobody. Dude actually has a drive. Dude is actually going to be somebody. You know, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a musician. Um, I'm not a worker, apparently, or I'd be at work. UK said good luck. Good luck to you too, bro. Good luck to all my fans. All right. I don't have friends, but I definitely have fans. I don't know any names. I mean, you know who you are. I don't have to say who you are because guess what? I'm not a rat. I'm not a snitch. See what I'm saying? You guys know who the good fans are, who's real and who isn't. But yeah, you know, I know one day I'll be successfully and legally amassing wealth, you know. And only the real ones that actually stuck by my side matter. The ones that don't, I mean, obviously never cared to begin with. We'll do an hour live stream. We'll put in 14 more minutes. But as you guys see, I'm just chilling, man. I got a bed in the back of my car because I can't afford my own place. Been homeless for 5 years. Never got ahead of things. Never got my credit good enough to be able to get a place to live. Never had enough work. And these aren't excuses. These are just truthful things when it comes to not being able to barely survive each day, barely get by each day. You know, not being able to pay a phone bill, not being able to pay my insurance bill. You know, sometimes I'm what do you call it? Paranoid of the system constantly trying to belittle me, make me feel like a peasant. You know, treat me as if I'm nobody special. It sucks. It's you know, you gotta realize, you know, sometimes I'm petrified of the system. You know, I'm paranoid. I'm petrified of the system. I got PTSD when it comes to certain things because I know everything is out to get me, bro. That's what it feels like anyway. The world is out to get me when they shouldn't be. They have no reason to be. It's almost like I was the target to just be a failure for no reason. Like let's pick him to be a failure for no reason. That's what it feels like to be me. I don't feel like I should be the one picked to be a failure. You know, at the end of the day. But I am very grateful for my fans, bro. I actually genuinely love my fans. I don't even know if I have a lot of fans left. You know? And getting off substances is extremely difficult, bro. Extremely. You know? And guess what? I'm doing it without rehab. I'm getting sober without help, without rehab. You know? If you can do that, you're definitely strong. You know? Last night I wanted to pick the bottle up and start drinking, but I didn't. See what I'm saying? That's a positive step right there for all you anonymous viewers that are hiding out, not showing yourselves. Got to look at the real world positive things that I sacrifice on a day-to-day basis. I could have been that one to pick up that drink and drive. Oh, I never did though. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna add one more like to 3 to 4. Let's go. I think it's not gonna work. We're still at 3 likes. We're at 50 minutes in the stream, guys. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to just focus on doing better day by day, bro. I know I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, though. Who's perfect? You know, if I was perfect, I'd have a job today, too, to go to work at. But I don't. Being hired on to so many companies and so many places and not being able to go to work is unbelievable. You know, I don't want to be the guy that picks out trash cans all day long. You know, definitely grateful for my uncle, you know. Like I said, always know who you're grateful for, you know. Not all family's bad family, you know. I just don't like majority of my family. I like my uncle, though, you know. I got love for him, so. Just keep cherishing the real people. There ain't many left. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I just got an adrenaline rush, and it's difficult to just relax. You know, because you just get built up. You know, over time, it's like you just get tired of it, bro. Tired of like the same thing over and over again, same days over and over again. Just not being able to succeed, not being able to just get one day of work, bro, so I can pay my insurance bill. You know, that's what I mean by being built up. You know, like adrenaline, and it's like I'm a chill dude. I shouldn't be angry over things I can't change, bro. It's not fair. All right, guys. Well, like I said, I'm doing absolutely nothing. I have nothing going on. Just gonna stretch. Oh, it feels good to stretch. Got about 3 to 4 hours of sleep today. Definitely not a lot of sleep, huh? Well, guys, gotta just pray for me, and I'll pray for you, you know? Hopefully I can get a day of work. It's about the only thing I'm worried about. Not worried about anything else. Not worried about things that I haven't done or would never do and have never done when I haven't done anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm only here to spread peace and positive vibes, you know? Try to help the world out when I can. That's all I'm here for. Try to do the right thing. Because the system feels like, you know, all they want to do is see me fail. For no reason. There shouldn't be a secret motive or secret alternative or whatever it may be against me. For what? Shh. It's not fair, you know? It's no fair. We're at 55 minutes in the live stream. Actually, we're going to end the stream here, guys. Thanks to everyone for the support. I appreciate it. Never going to say no names because, like I said, I don't even have a name at the end of the day. And even if I did, I would not make it known. If you know who I am, you know who I am. If you don't, you don't. And if you really don't, then don't ever speak on my name, please. In all due respect, because I know I'm a star. I'm gonna miss that track, you know. I know I'm a star. These thoughts don't last. I'll leave them in the past. I could never fall or crash. I just bought a new car, over 200 on the dash. You know, I remember some of my lyrics. They're fun to screw around with. But like I said, I put that life in the past. You know, I don't have rap fame anymore. Why? Because, bro, anything you say will be used against you in court. And I'm not gonna let them use anything against me when I ain't done shit. I ain't done shit wrong, bro. I ain't do nothing wrong. That's the problem. I couldn't even just enjoy a little hobby. I had to lose my hobby because the system's out to attack me. You know? Think that's fair to me? No. It's not fair to me. But, you know, what's fair? Nothing. Nothing's fair. Now there is no rap fame. But you know what? I can't really show my talent for free, you know? All those lyrics is to show that I have talent and work ethic in the music industry for an image. It wasn't for things that I actually did. I would never self-incriminate myself or do something against the law, you know? I was just trying to be successful in the rap game, you know? That's all I was trying to do, is just be successful and make some money, bro. That's all. Who else ain't trying to make some money? Everybody in the world's trying to make money, right? Everybody's trying to make money. Okay? Well, I thought I had a hobby that would eventually turn into some money. But unfortunately, it never did. You know? So it is what it is, you know? Can't lose no sleep over that. Doesn't bother me, doesn't faze me. Can't affect me. All it is a platform that they're trying to make money off you on anyways. Trying to take advantage of me. That's not right. That's not right, you know? It's not fair. All that hard work and effort for nothing. You know? Hello, welcome to McDonald's. Will you be using your mobile app today? They have like everything AI now. Everything's like robotic now. It's not even real anymore. There's not even anything that's authentic anymore. You know, it's all fucking bullshit. I gotta go, guys. I got a call coming in. Peace out. Love all my fans, for real, for real. Like I said, I got no friends. Like I said, all my fans matter to me, but I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.